My name's Mark Paton and I'm one of the founders of Here Design.
I'm Kate, I'm one of the creative partners of Here Design, and I design every day still, which is probably a difference from other studios in that not everybody has creative partners who still do design every day. So Kaz, Mark and I came together 12 years ago now, leaving our respective jobs in different industries. Mark and I were working branding, Kaz was working in publishing, doing lots of book design. And really we just wanted to work together in a really small environment, designing for brands that we really believed in, or working with clients we liked who had really nice projects. There was no master plan, no huge big idea. It was really just wanting to do good design and do it together. And we all got on well and thought we had a shared ethos in what good ideas were and how to articulate them.
I guess the interesting thing is that we didn't have a written ethos at all. We didn't have any precise definition of what we were going to do. We really just knew that we shared a broad interest in food and drink and in learning, sharing kind of knowledge. And I think at the time, each of us had different secondary interests that we wanted to pursue. In a way, I think Kaz wanted to do a bit of furniture design. Kate was interested in textiles and I was doing other things as well. So it was really initially just we wanted to sort of share a bit of infrastructure, so the studio and the costs of all that, because we already had an accountant in common. So it meant that we just wanted to sort of create a nice creative environment to work in. So it was really unstructured beginning.
The nature of the work really was that we got more jobs than we could cope with just three of us. So we slowly employed people to join the team to help us, and it grew very, very slowly and very organically. And for a very long time we did all of our own project management, finance, everything. You know, we were the receptionist and obviously just doing all parts of what a company needs to do, which was good because all of us learnt what we could and couldn't do very well, and thankfully now we've got experts in areas like finance and head of studio, so we don't have to concentrate on that, and they do a much better job than we ever did at it.
It's been a huge learning curve because we've had to learn about all of the decisions that we should have made at the beginning. So I think in the beginning, what changed things a little bit was we did a pitch for a project to rebrand a sort of organic food shop, and basically we surprisingly won that pitch, and that suddenly gave us a body of work that we were all working on together, and that kind of crystallised the sort of nature of the studio and how we could share our previous experiences, because Kaz comes from a sort of the world of publishing and brings a sort of intellectual rigour to everything we do, and Kate and I came from a sort of more branding and packaging background. So we felt that those experiences really complemented each other. So that project was kind of the catalyst for us then needing to get some help, so to employ someone. So that kind of triggered the change, I guess.
We probably struggled to be more hands-off, and I think we need to learn to do that a bit more, in effect, so that the other designers can sort of work their way up and get to the top of their ladders as well. We're really passionate about all of our projects, and we individually as partners lead teams, and we're really collaborative with the design associates and the senior designers right through to the juniors. It's a very, very collaborative working environment where I'll learn as much from the junior as they might learn from me, which is how we like it and how we want the studio to work.
We have had the conversation, I think, do we need to specialise? But we think part of what makes Here Design interesting is the fact that we do work on these different sort of topics, and we do actually really, very pragmatically believe that if a designer is working across a book, a pack, an identity, a digital application, they will become better designers. So there is a kind of really practical benefit to doing the mix of work, which is we think that you end up having a stronger team of designers. Apart from that, it's enjoyable to learn new things. So if we restricted ourselves to one specific specialism, then you lose the opportunity to learn about other facets of design. So kind of conversely, we are kind of trying to think about we push ourselves to think about things that we haven't designed that we should be thinking about, and sort of continuing to learn from those, basically.
Sometimes you'll just think that one person is a really good fit for that client. It might be led on personality, it might be led on their previous experience, it might be that one partner actually hasn't got much experience in that field, and that's what we find exciting, and we think, well, they could bring new thoughts or ideas and come up with things that you wouldn't necessarily think to do because they don't know that genre so well. So it's always quite open. We just take it project by project and client by client, and again, how much someone's got on their plate at any one moment.
From the moment we started, which was in Kaz's kitchen, we recognised the importance of the moments that weren't designed. So, like making lunch together was a kind of bonding experience, which sounds a bit cheesy, but basically it was an important aspect of work. I think we were coming from more ordered environments, and we wanted to kind of disrupt or feel like this was different to that somehow. So we wanted it to feel more homely and more kind of casual. So when we were lucky enough to sort of design this space and create it, the kitchen was the first thing that was set up. And so that kind of more collegiate culture of creating a nice environment to be in was probably the first sort of intuitive thing that we wanted to do ourselves, and that I think helps. So like on a Friday, everyone tries to have lunch together, and different people cook at different times. So that there's a sort of a nice humanity to the way we work that I think is not always replicated around other agencies, and apart from that, we try and, like Kate alluded to, we were trying to recognise that the strength of the studio are the people within it and the diversity of the people within it, and it's not really, as partners, we are not necessarily the embodiment of the company. We are just kind of trying to create a sort of way of working that everyone can benefit from. So I think in recognising people and allowing them to flourish almost a bit more autonomously is another thing that happens here that maybe doesn't happen in other spaces. So a junior designer can come in and be given a live project and see it through very quickly, and we always review things very democratically, so there's an opportunity for everyone to talk up and sort of have an opinion on things. So I think that openness and that the fact that the opportunities are quite apparent and quite quick makes people sort of stick around.